say like what? But obviously, not obviously, it's not obvious. What? This is not what I want to be saying. Do I speak English? I do. Let me begin this tale. Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you didn't see my previous video. Today is my first proper video. I asked my followers on Instagram what they wanted to see, and 90% said this story. So get ready to hear about that time that I was so close to being stranded in Lithuania. You too can choose what videos you get to watch if you also follow my Instagram, which I will leave the link to below. Right, without any further ado, let's get going. Me and my friend went to Lithuania, Vilnius actually specifically, as part of a mini road trip around Europe. So we started in Berlin, we went to Prague, we went to Warsaw, we went to Krakow, and then we went to Vilnius, and we were going to finish in Riga. So we took this overnight bus from Warsaw to Vilnius, and it was really nice actually, like watching the scenery go from snowy to considerably more snowy. Although that wasn't so good when we realised we were going to end up at the crack of dawn with no hotel yet, because our Airbnb, obviously we couldn't check in at about 5 AM in the middle of the snow in this unknown place. We arrived at this bus terminal, the main bus terminal, at about 5 or 6 AM in the snow. It was completely quiet. Everybody else seemed to know where they needed to go and just went off on their way, but we had no idea. So we walked from desk to desk in this bus station, and everybody just passed us off to the next person. They were like, no, we can't help you, this other person can. So we were sent around in circles, and then eventually managed to get on this bus. So good vibes all around from this bus station. So anyway, we had a nice time. We spent 2-3 days there. Would recommend it. We can do a separate video on my time there if you did want to see about that. But yeah, so the time came to leave, and we went back to this bus station that we'd arrived at. We were pretty confident that we knew that we were in the right place. I mean, it's a main bus station. It's the biggest bus station, and I think the only bus station in the whole of the city. It's where we arrived at, so logically it would be where we would depart from. We sat down in McDonald's, really happy with ourselves. We had about 2 hours to spare, so we were just eating, just feeling really happy that we just got there in time, that we had time to chill. And then something told me to check the tickets. I don't know how, but we hadn't checked the tickets. We just assumed that the biggest and only bus station in the whole city would be the one that an international coach left from. You'd think that would be the case, right? So I checked these tickets, and it turns out we were in the complete wrong place. Did a quick Google search, and the place we needed to be was actually about 20 minutes away, the other side of town. Life just took a real 180 real quick. We went from being completely calm, completely on top of everything, to in a massive panic. We ordered an Uber, and it took us over to the other side of town, but it was gonna be about 8 minutes away. So we literally, if we got that Uber and it was 20 minutes and we didn't hit any extra traffic and he didn't get lost, we probably would make it just about on time. Oh hi, I'm just editing this video, and I realised I never actually told you at what point it was I checked these tickets. So it was with about half an hour to go. So we sat in the wrong place for literally an hour and a half when we could have been going to the right place in a much more stress-free manner. Because, and I cannot stress this enough, I was being an idiot. Check your tickets. Okay, off of this very attractive pause and back to the video. So that's what we had to do. So we left straight away, waited for this Uber. He turns up, and I showed him where we needed to go to, the address on my phone, and he literally looked at it blankly and had no idea where it was. So at that point, we honestly thought that we were not leaving the country. We thought we were going to be stuck here. So we got in this Uber anyway, and I was counting down the time constantly on my phone and looking at the map, and he dropped us vaguely near where he thought the bus stop was. And he pulled up on this quite main road. I remember there being a gate and having to walk through the gate, and he said, I can't stop the other side of the gate, you have to get out here. But he seemed to think that it was where we needed to be. So we got out, and it was a quite a main road with sort of like 2-3 lanes each side, and we had to cross over, and we went on this 10-minute walk/run with our suitcases in quite thick snow in the middle of winter with no idea where we were going. And we went towards this dot on the map that it looked as if we had to go to. The whole time I was looking at the time, and time was ticking. We did not have long to get here. So we basically went on this 10-minute run/walk to where we thought this bus stop was, and we turned up to it, and it was just this random pole on the middle of this road by some shops. There was some boarded up things, like it was quite remote, and we thought, how can there possibly be an international coach stopping here on this random road? So we waited at this bus stop for, I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes, but at this point the coach had already been due to depart. At this point I'd already had missed calls from a Lithuanian number, so I just assumed that was the bus calling us, like, where are you, we've left without you. So that was also stressful. So we went into this local shop, the one shop that seemed to be open in the area, and I was like, right, I'm just gonna show my phone to people and just ask them and just pray that somebody knows where this place is, because we do not, clearly. I was literally just showing my phone to people, and I was like, excuse me, does anyone know where this is? There was quite a big language barrier, so people did not understand, probably thought I was just a bit of a weirdo, to be honest. And then there's one lady that worked at this shop. Something clicked, you could see that the cogs turning, and something clicked in her brain. She pointed down the road, and she said something which I can't remember, but at the time there was this street name that she said. We were like, thank you, and just ran down this road. We got to this place, and it had like some restaurants and like a cinema, like a leisure complex type place, and there were some bus stops dotted around. So we thought, right, this must be it. And then I saw the street sign, which sounded like it would read like what she said, so that was good. But still, it was a random place with a couple of bus stops, but no immediately obvious place that an international bus would stop. At this point we started googling flights back to the UK. There was nothing direct, there was nothing immediately, and there was nothing under about £200 for a one-way flight. There were no other buses, we had no accommodation. Basically we were stuck where we were on this random street in the middle of nowhere, hugely almost run out of data as well due to all the mapping we literally just had to do. So we'd pretty much given up hope, to be honest. We didn't think it was likely at all that we were going to be getting on this coach. There was a bus stop on the other side of the road, and I don't know why, but I just thought, let's cross the road and go to this other bus stop. So we crossed the road and arrived at this other bus stop, to be honest, the last one that we were going to bother with. I don't know what our plan was going to be past this point, and we were stood there for about 30 seconds. Just looking up alternative flights and just trying to figure out how to save this situation, when out of nowhere, just like in a dream, I honestly thought it was a hallucination, a bus came over the horizon, like literally over the hill, and I looked at this bus and I thought, surely that is not the bus that was meant to have departed quite a while before this, that we'd been chasing around the whole city. And it was. And I mean, he checked our tickets and didn't tell us that it wasn't right, so perfect. Got on, people were sitting in our designated seats, which did scare me. I thought, this is not our coach, where we're going to end up. For a while when we got on it, I literally sat there checking the map to see where we were actually going, because I just did not believe it was going to Riga. But we got to Riga, and only then did I relax. I don't know how this happened, like who was looking out for us that day. So the moral of the story is, check your tickets. even if you're sure where you're going, and then once you've check them again. You can never be too sure. And the other moral, I think, would be to answer any phone calls that you get, because if I'd have answered this phone call, or this multiple phone calls from this Lithuanian number, I would have known that the coach was going to be late. I would have been able to relax a little bit, and I probably would have been able to ask him where the bus stop was, and it would have made my life a whole lot easier. So that was the story of how I came so close to being stranded in Lithuania. If you did like the story, please let me know by liking and even subscribing if you want to. There's plenty of other stories like this that I've got, plenty of other ideas coming for this channel. So yeah, please stick around. You can follow my Instagram and my blog, like I said, links are below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.